What up, what up, what up, what is happening, good people? Welcome to this Relationship Friday edition of Herb and Two. Per usual, I am nestled neatly between the Leonic forces of EFO and Toussaint Werner. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is where we get together and talk about relationship-specific issues as they pertain to the black community. We feel like we must get our relationships solid. They are foundational to everything else we want to build in our community. So we set aside time each and every week to talk about relationships from many different perspectives, be it familial, be it communal, be it romantic, be it business, whatever it is, we're going to get our relationship straight one way or the other. So that is what we do here on Fridays. Thank y'all so much for choosing to tune in. We greatly appreciate it. Please make sure you have subscribed to the page. Set the alert so you get reminders when we go live, which we do every single Monday at 1 p.m. Also, please make sure you take a quick second, hit that thumbs up, that like button. It helps us out tremendously. So please do that as well. Again, this is Herb and Two. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. My name is Herb. His name is Two. Two. What's happening, good brother?
I mean, what the fuck is Leonic?
You know what it mean?
No, I'm trying to Google this shit right now.
You didn't pick up on the context?
Oh, because it's a word. No, I didn't.
Both of y'all Leos.
Yeah, I just didn't.
Leonic forces.
Okay.
It's the nestled neatly for me.
Nestled neatly.
That does sound gayish, but okay. Anyway, man.
It's okay. How are you, sir?
I'm old, bro.
I'm old, right? You weren't just limping around the studio a second ago.
Pain like a motherfucker, G.
I couldn't even tell what was hurting. I'm like, you got chest pain?
Carried out of New York from the street fight. I can't move.
Woo.
I'm just saying.
They was putting hands and feet on Buddy while he's getting escorted to the police car by the police.
Yeah. I don't want to say fuck dude because he's not been convicted of anything.
He's been accused of murdering and dismembering
a woman,
a young black woman.
But he's also a paraplegic.
Right. He's
what responsibility does the woman have in this matter?
Run, bitch! Run, bitch! That's not cool.
God.
We are awful.
Oh, we're awful
I'm
people.
very sorry to the family and all that.
Yes, rest in peace. Cause
that is insane. We are awful people.
How did you end up in this position?
He didn't do that.
You never know, man.
You never know. Listen, I'm not gonna put nothing past.
I mean, it would have to be an elaborate story I'd have to hear. This is a fucking documentary in the making. Cause
I am
how, bitch?
participating in this conversation.
It was 3 locks padlocked on the door. I couldn't
jump up on something. You can't get up there.
This is ignorant. This is very ignorant.
Stand on the table.
Nah,
the fight's over.
Listen, man. Obviously, there's some kind of smoke to this. Now, I don't know if he did it or not. People get arrested and be innocent all the time. And he can still beat the case. He'll have his day in court. But there's at least sufficient enough evidence for some district attorney to sign a warrant, sign an arrest warrant. So, I don't know.
Let me stop laughing because that's ignorant. But
the community seemed convinced that he did it.
Yeah, they punched the shit out of him. He went through a punch fest.
He went down the line, bink, 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 bink.
Other that, no, real quick. I thought I sent you this last week. Did you see New York had a rendition of Freaknik?
No.
And there's a fight.
In the 90s or like now?
Just last week.
Oh.
And there's a fight. So it's two light-skinned dudes, 2 dark-skinned dudes.
Okay. Did we win?
I don't know if it was even teams like that, but obviously you would have won. But no, you didn't win, actually. You didn't win at all. This is how the story is. You didn't win.
Okay.
Somebody, one of the dark-skinned dudes, snuck one of the light-skinned dudes. He hits the ground. He gets knocked, not out, but down.
Down, sure.
As he's rolling over to get up, he comes out with a burner and shoots the shit out of the dark-skinned dude. But all this was on camera. There's people standing around watching the fight. And I was just looking at this shit like, damn, man. One, we watching this shit happen the way it's happening. And we're so goddamn reckless with life that he essentially rolls over like a goddamn movie and starts blowing. Now, he hit the target, you know what I mean? But you don't know who you're going to hit in a crowd that big.
That's kind of insane. When is deadly force justified?
That's another question. That became a question.
Can that be a self-defense thing? I don't know. Like, I was scared. You were scared he was going to punch you to death? Or
police use it all the time.
Yeah, but, that's just the police. I'm just saying, in general, in a court of law, can you be like, dude, he punched me, so I shot him.
So I got my L's, my gun license. And one of the things they tell you is...
Shoot to kill?
Shoot to kill one. And keep shooting till you kill him. because you can justify that behavior because of fear.
Mm-hmm. Dead people don't tell stories.
I don't think it's morally right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking legally.
Legally, though.
I'm talking legally.
Well.
Yeah, well.
There you have it.
If you're scared, you're scared.
I have a question. Hey.
Damn, Herb. What the fuck are you doing?
These, my daughter told me to watch this show on Netflix called Super Sale, which was interesting because
I heard about it.
We was I told
y'all to watch it.
Okay.
Oh, you did? Mm-hmm. I was about to say we were just talking about sickle cell. So now this defeats the whole purpose because I know whether now the fact that you just said that you told us about it, I just thought that coincidentally this show just happens to be dealing with sickle cell, but now it's making sense that you told me that. But anyway, I like superhero shows, but I don't like the black on black crime that's depicted in shows in general, which is why I typically watch like comedies or like Marvel or some shit like that. Right?
Rom-coms.
Yeah, I'll watch stuff like that. I don't really watch this type of stuff. It was good though, but it was just so casually, such casual, killings of black people of each other.
Like in the Super Sale? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was gang affiliated type of stuff. I asked my friend, I said, "Shit, is this how it is in London? Because do I need to not come there? Because this looks pretty much like Chicago." But
it got parts of it that's cracking in London.
I'm not gonna generalize though. But I get you in context to most shit. But I think the Super Sale shit was interesting. I had like a revelation while watching the movie. I was like, damn, this all black for real. And then it dawned on me. Super Cell is related to your sickle cell.
Yeah.
And sickle cell is a black disease. So the characters, I mean, that's the story, sickle cell. You know what I mean? So you get outside of that, you're not staying true to the concept. Right. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to avoid any kind of interaction that's not black on black, because it's all a sickle cell based concept.
They broached that topic in the most recent Power, Tyreek Power one, last episode. His little white homie, his white friend was Braden. He's dating dating a black girl, and she woke up and took her medicine, and he was like, "Damn, you popping pills already?" She's like, "It's my fucking medicine. I got sickle cell." And so he like,
"What is that?"
She like, "Forget you ain't grip around no fucking black people."
Yeah. In Super Cell, they made a comment about only black people get it, and they were like, no, mostly black people, but other races could get it or whatever too. But I was just wondering like how y'all felt about, I don't know, it's like we talk about how violence and like these things and we going the wrong way and stuff, but it's always perpetuated like in entertainment too, and we just like so casually discuss it, are entertained by it.
Black death is a $1 trillion industry.
We just laughed at the girl getting cut up by the paraplegic. So
y'all laughed at that. That's my point.
Black death is a $1 trillion industry, and because it's a $1 trillion industry, it becomes a source of entertainment. People ask me all the time.
It's called black horror now, right? Like the films, the industry. I think they have there's like a genre now.
Really?
I think it's called black horror or black trauma films or something.
Maybe.
Oh, anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. People talk about stuff like cartoons or like whatever the fuck Pokemon or whatever the fuck niggas was watching when I was a shorty. And I've never seen none of that shit in my life. Like, what the fuck you mean you never seen whatever cartoon? It's like, never seen. What the fuck was you watching when you were 6? Menace to Society, South Central, Boys in the Hood. Like, I was watching that kind of shit, and I probably shouldn't have. I mean, I shouldn't have thought Old Dog was the coolest nigga in the world when I was 7, 8 years old, but I did. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I used to love South Central.
Yeah, South Central was the shit, man. OG Bobby Johnson. You J Rock Daddy? Anyway, so, because it's a $1 trillion industry, it becomes a source of entertainment, and then you get people like two laughing at it,
you gonna just blame me like you weren't laughing. Like rugby didn't come out your mouth first. I took your lead. You're the A-Mike.
What's wild is that the police was just letting him get beat the fuck up on the way to the whip. Like, y'all don't know, like, this man did that. Like, y'all letting him get beat up on the way to the whip. And it was a mob of people. It was like the whole block So it could be a little bit hard to contain. But if they was punching on one of y'all would have found a way to make their ass stop. Y'all would have stun gun somebody or pepper spray somebody. Like, y'all can't let them be judge, jury, executioner.
You can't start a brawl, so either he gets beat up or guns come out and people get killed. So
yeah, but if they wouldn't let them punch on one of them like that.
So again, right, I know you just said we had this conversation on another show, but this leads right into that question I asked.
So why are you bringing it up if he just said we gonna have it on another show?
It's the same shit.
He always produces a show.
He trying to make it like, nah, I ain't trying to, but I'm gonna say it real quick, like it's not gonna start a whole conversation.
I believe it.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. On a much, much lighter note, but not really though. The Game, rapper, LA, former G Unit member. He's on a podcast. I don't know whose podcast or what, but he was on a podcast and he's talking to.
It's Tokyo Tony.
He's starting to give corny also, by the way.
It's Tokyo Tony and Rick Ross' baby mama, whatever her name is.
Okay.
So all you need to do to be famous in this season is to fuck a rapper or
get your club shot.
The mother of somebody else who fucked the rapper.
Yeah. We've been talking about the Lil Scoom murder shit and Lil Jeff murder shit, and you go back to Duck shit. These mamas taking on the characters of their fucking terrorist sons is crazy to me. Like, I'm Mama Scoom, I'm Mama Duck. What the fuck are you talking about? My mama ain't never said I'm fucking Mama Herb.
Hold up,
that's fucking insane.
Is that any different than Tokyo Tony taking on the characteristics of a whore, Black China? And I'm not saying Black China's a whore, I don't know. I'm just saying the stereotype.
She's Black China's mother.
It's more dangerous to call a woman a whore than it is to call a man a terrorist. I just said.
Yeah. She's Black China's mother?
This could be the man to man segment.
Is that what she is?
She is.
Okay.
She's Black China's mother.
Something's wrong with her.
Something's wrong with her. She on this podcast.
Something's literally wrong with her.
But there's something wrong with Duck's mama too. There's something wrong with all of them. We can't give them bail. I ain't shooting them no bail. They all suffer from the same shit. Ego and needing attention. Narcissism. But this is what this environment creates.
Some people have psychological issues, I'm starting to think.
I think all of us have psychological issues. Yeah. I'm not arguing that part of it. But I'm saying is, though, this specific environment, think about this. When I was shorty, you wanted to be a ball player or a rapper, which is ignorant in itself.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not justifying any of that behavior set. But when you're at the bottom, you look at that as the top.
Mm-hmm.
Shorties today don't hoop outside because they don't want to be ball players. Right? They want to be influencers. Think about what that creates in the psyche. In the context, and I hate when y'all use words because y'all whole generation just makes up shit that irritates the fuck out of me. Right? But narcissism is a real thing. Right? Mm-hmm. And it can be bred. And I think, now when everybody's a narcissist, you're not a fucking narcissist, you're just normal.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're in a world where everything is filmed, where there's a picture of how everything is me focused, it creates a fucking world of narcissists, and there's no limit to where you'll go to get that attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
there's a replacement for love with likes.
Yeah.
No, that's 100% real. It just it always bothers me like how Mama Duck be back and forth in this shit. Right. How it be back and forth and they be fucking. Like she be arguing with the other rap drill niggas, and it's like
she fucking on his friends.
Yeah.
But wait, what were you about to say about
Tokyo Tony?
Like, how did this?
It's just that whole fucking, like, why the fuck is her mama on anybody's what the fuck do you do? Who are you?
What did she do?
To quote the great Louis Farrakhan, a nation can rise no higher than its women.
Mm-hmm.
Period. These are the mothers.
Mm-hmm.
These are the women. These are the people raising the generation that we're engaging around. So I don't give a fuck what Lil Scoom did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck what Lil Duck did. I don't give a fuck what Black China, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Black China did. They're reflections of the fruit of the tree that bore them.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way around it, and they're proving the point of it,
mm-hmm.
which is a conversation that we rarely have.
Yeah.
Right? He always asks, well, what's the man's responsibility?
Yeah, because I was going to say, because where the daddy at?
She can't wait. That's her trigger. She ready to shoot the trigger on that right now.
Always...
But to quote the great Minister D. Louis Farrakhan, a nation can rise no higher than its women. Right? Now, that doesn't excuse the man.
Right, yeah.
Right?
It could very well implicate him.
It surely could. But when a woman loses her moral compass. Oh, it's all down here.
For whatever reason.
So contextually, let's stay on Tokyo Tony. Then I'll get to the other shit one second. I got a response for your man shit.
Yeah, I mean, shit. We saw when it was Bloodhound Little Job, we saw his daddy come out with the same dumb type of behavior and shit. You know what I mean? But yeah,
I'm guilty of it. Sorry, just sidebar. I'm guilty of it too because when I'm having conversations about like even if it's people regarding like people close to me, I always focus on when I'm having these conversations with my friends. We have to stop ourselves like. Because we always like, and she, we, you know, the friend. We put the responsibility and the onus directly on the woman and don't even mention the father, even though we know the daddy not there at all. But that's because that's what the dynamic has been for so long. Like even myself, I wouldn't blame my daughter's father. I'm just only going to be thinking about
what I should be doing.
Like what I could do, what I should have been doing. So I'm guilty of it too. But
so you got Tokyo Tony, Blac Chyna's mother, who...
So the whole shit was kind of wild though.
Right.
It's
I'm like, what happened?
Interview setting.
Yeah, they had an interview like this.
I don't know where I didn't see the totality of the conversation.
I only saw the clip.
I've seen 2 or 3 clips, but I'm assuming the order is such, right? I'm assuming it starts with a conversation where Game says, you know, I've never said this to nobody's mama in my life.
Right.
But your daughter, she suck good dick.
Why would you even feel comfortable enough to say that to some damn body?
When a mother is presenting in a way that 5 minutes later, you're going to see her pussy.
He said...
And he didn't say
she said she got good box on her.
He didn't say that, no.
He said it in a different way, but he was talking about her pussy.
No, he was talking about head.
He was talking to my mama.
He was talking about head, it's specific.
Yeah.
He said something like she does her thing down there. And her mama says, oh yeah, she got good pussy.
That's why
I got good pussy.
That's why she showed her pussy.
And he said, no, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, I didn't see it.
And she was like, the 2-hand, this is what she starts doing immediately. I didn't even know she shown her vagina in the clip that I saw. But the statement, the comment under it said, no, the host with her said, put your pussy away. Then later I see another clip from a different angle where they have to blur out
because she's showing her pussy.
Right? So she misconstrued what Game was talking about, thinking he was saying your daughter got good pussy, which is still, all this is out of line.
Yeah, it's like...
all of it is a lack of respect.
Yeah.
But respect is earned and not given, right? Not justifying Game shit.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if that was a woman projecting respectably, that conversation never comes out of his mouth. Even in him making the statement in the way he made the statement, he says, I've never said this to nobody about their children.
But even when we're talking about respectability, Tokyo Tony is carrying herself a certain way. Maybe Blac Chyna carried herself a certain type of way in the past, but she's had this complete, overhaul, like evolution, right, 180, like of herself and who she is. So if we, the little people, you know what I mean, the people outside of this, social community or whatever, this celebrity community know this, then for sure you, Game, know that you're corny and you're a clown. Because if you're not going to respect the mama, you should at least have some respect for Blac Chyna. Why are you bringing her name up and how she sucked dick and what her pussy look like or feel like?
I got to roll with 2 on this one, G.
That's clowned out.
Why the fuck are you here?
Yes.
Why,
yes, and.
As somebody's mama, why are you here on this podcast with these kind of topics on the table? Like, why are you here? Why are you here at all?
This is Game's podcast?
I have no idea.
No, it's their podcast.
Right. It's Tokyo Tony's podcast.
And the other lady, whatever the other, okay. Tia.
Okay, so I think I saw something about that. All the messy mamas.
Oh, this is her podcast
together.
Why the fuck do y'all have these types of conversations? Why y'all have these types of guests? I read about that.
It's all the messy mamas. I think it's like NBA YoungBoy mama.
Hey man, I don't know.
I read this somewhere.
That's crazy.
I saw it like in my somewhere, like in the Explore page. But they both clowns. Sure. She's a clown for having this platform because she's Blac Chyna's mama, and you're a clown because why are you bringing up somebody that ain't even there? But don't talk about my shit and I'm not even there.
I would imagine Blac Chyna comes up every time Tokyo Tony's on any fucking thing.
Because what else would come up?
True.
Why are you here? The story is messy mamas.
Right.
That's the title.
Y'all kids come up every episode.
If you ain't this hoe's mama, you ain't here.
That's crazy.
That's fucking insane. Game has been on a lot of weird shit.
He's been transitioning into a clown slowly but surely.
He has been. I hosted a game night. It was his event. It was his game night thing. I was hosting it, and he was cool as fuck. He was respectful to all the women that was, participating and whatnot. But he has been doing just,
It's like he's almost like fade into the back or whatever. He's attention seeking.
Yeah.
So
he's attention seeking.
Whatever. Mm-hmm. Right? Game was on Come Date Me or some shit before he became the rapper Game. He's always been the same nigga. Right. It ain't never changed. Mm-hmm. Right? But the conversation is mamas. Mm-hmm. Let's not lose sight of what we're talking about, right? Mm-hmm. Game is whoever the fuck Game is. He's always been Game. Yeah. Not justifying any Game behavior. Yeah. Right? But there's pictures of Game fingering somebody boxing, smelling until it was nasty years ago. Like he does this kind of stupid shit.
And this is what y'all invited.
Right? Mm-hmm. But the conversation we're having is about messy mamas. The conversation we started off last week about the P had was, when do women understand they control the energy of any space they in? Mm-hmm. Right? And you was like, shit, probably never. Mm-hmm. My point is, these are the energies of the mothers that's being projected to the community. Maybe not us, maybe we're a generation beyond this. Yeah. But in a lot of ways, these might be my generation, your generation mamas, right? Well, not really, because Black China is 36 years old. So I don't know how the fuck, at best, let's say she had at 14, she got to be 50 at best. Yeah. If she had at 14, which I don't hope that's the case. Yeah. Right?
I think she had real young.
But let's give her the benefit of that. Let's say 20. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You still too old to be having this conversation, right? Yeah. You still shouldn't be in the public eye naked with a rap nigga saying, look at me. It's just attention. It's some very wild shit. And the Tia lady, I don't know her either, but she's been becoming more and more noticeable because she goes in on rants on Rick Ross for however long, right? I taught you how to wash yourself. You was a stinky nigga. All this kind of wild shit. But all the while, you got a child by this nigga who was stinky.
You slept with him, right?
You understand what I'm saying?
You can't get in the bed with him.
Right. You taught this stinky nigga how to take care of himself, so obviously you recognize the stench. My point is,
they still let him raw and nut in you.
Right. You had a child by this stinky nigga. Right? What behavior that is laughable, but it also shows the depths in which we're sinking into as a populace. You know what I mean? Like, she does this shit on the internet. She does this shit on the internet for 2 weeks. Now she got a goddamn podcast. The little white girl, the Haktua girl, she's getting fucking endorsements because of how she talks about how she likes to suck dick.
This is fucking
She just
insane.
got a $30,000 sponsorship to do some bikini judging shit. All she did was get interviewed and say, I like the Haktua.
Ron said Tokyo Tony is 52 years old.
It's
like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's communities.
Yeah.
At this point, it's like subsets of people that behave a certain way. And this is like the way that I've had to think about things just over the past probably week. Mm-hmm. Where I'm having these different conversations. One is, the dating conversation, the attack on the black family, and hearing from these men saying these things. And I'm like, that's not even y'all experience, though. You talking about these... this lack of woman that does XYZ or that shows XYZ, but that's not even your experience because those aren't the women that you're dealing with as far as what you told me. And then that's perpetuated by social media, though. When you talk about like the mamas, you know what I mean? That's everybody seeing this depiction of like what a mommy is or who a mommy is. No, it's other nice, wholesome mothers out there, but this is what's being perpetuated in black media, I would say. This is what's,
I fuck with that, E, but I'm going to argue a point, though. Uh-huh. Right? Because it's the same Sexy Red conversation to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I do believe that there are abundance of black representations. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they're only happening in tangible experience. Mm-hmm. Our representation in the media is only one. It's really becoming one thing. Mm-hmm. And I always say that imaging and messaging dictates behavior. Mm-hmm. Right? When I was a shorty, rap niggas was wearing black medallions with Africa on their chains. Yeah. Every nigga in the neighborhood had a black medallion with Africa on their chain. You know what I mean? When I was a shorty, only rappers that had dreadlocks was on some Back to Africa shit. Now, and back then, shorties wouldn't put dreadlocks in their head unless they was on some Back to Africa shit. You knew you from them weirdo parents, right? Today,
how did that turn?
Contextually, shorties with dreads are criminals. Today, shorties do the same shit to emulate them. What I'm saying is because of our perpetual childhood and our lack of elevation and our lack of engaging in new spaces, I always say, it's one long ass song, it's one long ass high school reunion. You know what I mean? So at 52, you relate to the world through the lens of Sexy Red. You really do, right? So even when you was like, that's not your experience, I beg to differ. Because I think the lawyer chick has a lot of that shit in her too.
She got some Sexy Red in her?
It's in there. It don't resonate the same way because as a lawyer chick, I need to present something. But spiritually, culturally, your value set, it ain't really much different than Sexy Red's. It really ain't. Right? It exhibits different, but it ain't different.
I was always surprised when the hair culture in Chicago shifted like that. Like, what? Chicago was always a fade city, a braid city. Like, that's all niggas had fades. A few niggas had braids. When it became a whole dread city, I'm like, when the fuck did that even happen? Like, cause you're right. Growing up, the only people I knew that had locks was like, you smoke joints all day and listen to Bob Marley and you wear like...
your parents is vegans.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of...
You got the big pants.
Yeah, big pants, exactly. You gotta wear the big pants and sandals.
I used to talk to a guy, we called him Big Pants.
It's just different. And I absolutely hate that they have given this Hawk Tuah girl credit with like founding head. Like, the fuck?
Even if she did, why the fuck do you deserve sponsorship?
She ain't found shit.
Do you know how many dicks get sucked every day?
Dicks have been... You
can't even count the dicks.
Dicks have been getting sucked for a long time.
A multitude of dicks to get sucked every day.
Dicks getting sucked right now.
Right now, at this very moment. There's a million dicks getting sucked right now.
Why the fuck does she deserve a sponsorship?
Why am I here with y'all right now? What the fuck am I doing?
That shit is crazy. Right now, she's a white woman, and it plays differently, right? Kim Kardashian ain't no different than the Sexy Reds, in my opinion. But how her reticulation plays is very different. How the look, it exhibits like the black lawyer to me. But it's still the same mindset, same value set.
Yeah.
Nah, you're
right? But now they're dumbing down that imagery to the... And it's a falsified image, right? I do agree it's a falsified image, right? And you're seeing it in the fact that Sexy Red is going on tour. And even though she's plastered all over the fucking media, she can't sell out her fucking tour dates. So they're talking about canceling the tour. So we like this shit in our face, but we don't want to spend our money on it. But we think we could serve two gods. And you can't.
Can't have it all.
Right? So you can't separate. If that shit is on your TV
if you're spreading it around all day.
If it's on your radio all day, it's just like the food we ingest in our bodies. It affects your brain. It affects how you look at the world. It's the shorties running around here with dreads everywhere.
It affects the society, whether it affects you personally or not. I used to always excuse my listening to, degrading music about killing niggas and fucking chicks because I'm like, it don't really impact my day to day. My mental is gonna stay my mental. It don't make me want to go shoot motherfucker. But on the macro, it absolutely does impact. It does have like cultural significance. Because I'm helping to spread this shit around. I'm helping make you a more famous voice. I'm making you more money or awards or whatever the fuck. I'm making your voice more, impactful. And so, it ultimately does impact people that maybe don't have, that are more easily influenced than I am, is what I'm trying to say. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't really see it stopping. Like, that Hawk Tuah girl is from like some little ass town in like Kentucky or some shit like that, and I know that because I came across her fucking documentary. Like,
there's a documentary?
It was like a mini little documentary. It was like on social media or something. She's like, I'm from a small town and such. They like population 798. Like, and then they talking to people from around the town. Oh, she was just a quiet girl.
Yeah, she's about to buy a home. She's going to have investment money. all this year for saying Hawk Tuah on the interview, she's going to make enough money to solidify the next generation of her family. I guarantee you. Specifically if she's in a town with that kind of population.
This nigga Plies made a Hawk Tuah song.
Oh, yeah, she's going to get paid. She's going to buy her a motherfucking...
And I guarantee you, if you do a video, she going to be in it.
She going to get an F-150, a ranch house, and be straight.
Yeah, I don't even know who y'all talking about. That's the crazy part.
It's so fucking stupid.
It is.
First of all, don't Hawk Tuah on my shit.
Hawk Tuah your ass over. If it brings tomorrow, you get a $30,000 check.
No, I'm just saying, real life, don't Hawk Tuah on my shit, G. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, shorty?
Tuah ain't all that bad, though.
No, Hawk Tuah is terrible.
You got Tuah.
Oh, listen, I'm here for, it could be wet, it could be messy, it could be sloppy. I'm here for all that. But if you, my shit, you knock it the fuck off, shorty. Don't disrespect my meat like that, G.
Could you imagine somebody literally?
Really, you literally hawk some shit up and spit. Hey, man, knock it the fuck. That's some shit you do when you got a chest cold. You. I wish the fuck you would. You want to do it to somebody? What is wrong with you?
This nigga here, man.
She is crazy.
What's the thing too?
Right.
What's the ginseng drink?
Right.
I'm just saying. It's like pulling him out.
Hey, he's a man. You know, in her former life, she was definitely. She gonna come. She was a nigga too. She wasn't even just a regular man.
And she doing it just to entertain herself. She gonna be like, and just to look at the nigga like, let me see how you. She gonna come in next like, yo, he didn't do shit. He was cool. Like,
hey man, I got a homie, G.
Something's wrong with you.
That's hilarious.
I got a homie who was hitting this chick, right? And she was, underwhelming at best.
Sure.
Underwhelming must be a new thing that's going around. I've been hearing that word.
I don't know, but she was definitely underwhelming at best. Right? And he was like, man, I just got bored.
That's what I called him.
And I just wanted to see how far I could take it. He said he started headbutting her.
What?
What is wrong?
Two don't fall out.
Hey, this is a true story. Oh my God.
That's stupid.
Oh my, I was laughing so fucking hard when I heard that shit, man. I said,
headbutting her, G.
Niggas is different.
That's
Listen,
but he was like, I got bored. I just wanted to see what shit let me do.
I'm all for that. But how did that even cross your mind?
I don't know, but this is not a lie. I know that.
That's dumb as ever.
I'm all for some spanking. I'm all for some. It could be as intense as you desire it to be, but a headbutt has never even crossed my fucking mind.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Some ass smack, some choke, some nipple pinching, maybe even a slap, but a headbutt is insane.
What else you here for us?
Huh?
So
real
quick, back to
y'all.
He just sat up, got his drink.
I know you love
I didn't start doing this yet. No, I'm not gonna do this. I say that from Patreon.
I know.
Set up, got his
but
drink.
I think this leads from the Tokyo Tony, whatever fucking name is.
Right.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Goofy
right?
Granny.
Goofy Granny. It's a fucking name, right?
Goofy
But I think it
Granny,
leads to another question I asked on the sheet was like, I don't know how I asked it, but how does your public persona play into your private persona?
Sure.
And those representations, how well do they mesh, or are they mismatched, or whatever? Because this weekend when we did the Full Fest, and shout out to Full Fest.
Yeah, man. Mila.
When we sat down with somebody, they was talking to us, and they was like, Herb, this isn't two, or you approved, and you do. Motherfucker, you know me. You know that about me.
I like to do hood rat things with my friends,
too. You know what I'm saying? But it just was interesting to see how that plays out, like the presentation perspective.
What do y'all think? Let's ask y'all three, like,
about what?
Literally, two's question. So, how do you think or do you all think that what you're showing on camera is pretty much on par with, like, who you are?
And I said public persona. I don't even mean it in context to the camera. I just mean it in context to the public.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The nigga I am with those closest to me versus the nigga I am with frolicking in the street, I'm not sure they the same nigga all the way.
And I don't think it
think they should be.
Right, yeah. I don't think ever would be or should be.
People's perceptions, though. People's perceptions are always so very interesting to me. You know what I mean? Out of my three closest partners, right, when people see us, I remember this is a real shit. This is a real thing, right? I ran into a girl who knew us from way back when, right? She was like, man, how's such and such? He married? And I was like, yeah, he, married, divorced, da. How's such and such? He married? Yeah, he just got da. Conversation over. We talk about some whole other shit.
Fuck off with love.
Right? And I said, hey, man, you ain't asked that of me. She's like, oh, nigga, you ain't the married type. I've been married longer than both of them.
Right.
But it's just her perception of me from outside of me.
What did she say? How did she respond when you said that?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but it just, that part of it always just was very interesting to me. And even this weekend, right? You this kind of guy. You don't know me?
Mm-hmm.
What was y'all perception of each other, like, before you got to know him? Like, I know my perception of you before I knew you was like this lit dude, probably think he all that, because you was a popular dude. I didn't really take it any further than that, but that would have been my overall kind of just like assumption, just like, he probably think he all that, he with Whitney Young. Well, I don't think he was at Whitney Young then, but whatever the case may be. I mean, I think he was in college when I met you, but he was a popular dude, so I think my perception would have been, one way, probably not a nice guy or whatever the case may be. So then fast forward and actually getting to know you is completely different. Like, what was your perception of two before you knew him?
I'll come back to me, but my perception of two was just actually just what he is, really. Because we met doing community work. Like, that's how we met each other.
Okay.
We met at the mosque, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Doing the Justice or Else times, and there was different, things popping up in different cities, and that's where we met at. We met at the mosque on some community shit. And he was this nigga, you know what I mean? His ideas get thrown out, he pushes back, he has a different idea, he's like well-read, he's thoughtful, he's passionate. And as we would have like breakout conversations, like side conversations, and we would have similar thoughts about what was going on in the larger conversations.
Yeah.
And from there, it just grew into, we have these deep, dope conversations all the time. Somebody needs to fucking hear these conversations. So we started doing them on the radio, and then we just kind of built, and we wanted to be able to have it in our own authentic way, so we started the podcast. But him as a person was just always, he was just a cool nigga. He's a real Chicago nigga, but gave a fuck about the community, but not absent of the real experience, right? And I think that people they either try to hide it or they genuinely don't have it. And for me, both of those things kind of diminishes your ability to lead or to heal in a real way. And I could tell he had all that shit. So I just thought he was a cool enough nigga, slightly worth my time to talk to. You know what I mean? So it was all right.
I think from first meeting to like my initial perception aligned with what he actually was or is, except I just got to know you better. So then you just know a person like, you know some shit, you know what I mean, type of thing. So
my perception of him was pretty much what he is.
I think that's what's so interesting to me, though.
Yeah.
The whole conversation. This is some shit that's attached to Leos too. They say we're horrible judges of character, right? They do, right?
She just told you she thought I wasn't shit. Duh, she's a terrible judge of character.
But under that act, though, for me, I can speak for me. I can't speak for everybody. I don't think I approach shit with preconceived notions.
Yeah.
You are who you are when you got it. You know what I'm saying? Because in my personal experience, I'd be more amazed. Like, humans are amazing. Like, you do that? I never would have guessed it. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be so far-fetched from even Herb. I take Herb at very face value. And then as we get to knowing each other, Herb has conversations. I'm like, nigga, that's more advanced than I can talk to you about. Like, I've had that conversation with her. Yeah. Like, that's beyond my scope, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, it wasn't like, ooh, I think this nigga's this. Until you say it, blank slate.
Yeah, and I don't think that you, like, I didn't actively think that, but you have to, I'm putting myself back in the moment of like, how would I have, if somebody asked.
But in that same thing, people respond to us outside of us in that manner. So it's not an uncommon thing that people come with these preconceived notions. Like, in most instances that I come about, and I tend to think I'm an authentic person. I can't lie. Mm-hmm. I'm not good at it. I'm gonna forget. I don't pay that shit that much attention. You know what I'm saying?
I don't lie. I'm not good at it.
So I can't vest no interest in that type of shit.
Yeah.
So it ain't a strategy I use. But what I've come to realize in just life, that I think most people operate through the world with a goddamn mask on, and they expect everybody to be them. Mm-hmm. So they looking for the other shoe to drop. And with me, it's, nigga, I only came with this shoe.
This is what I got.
Yeah.
This is what I got. Now, if you got, again, which speaks to our lack of judgment of character. It's not a lack of being a bad or good judge of character. Mm-hmm. I'm just not vested in that way.
I think even when I was talking about when I was at the festival and I was judging people, but it probably was some different factors or some projecting, I guess is what as my ex would say, that I was doing, but where I would judge people based on what I think they were doing, or I was judging people based on what I thought they were doing there because of the crowd that it was, and then it was the total opposite. You know what I mean? So I think that I do that in and I won't call it a negative way, but I probably don't give people the benefit of the doubt more than I do.
I feel like people be having like a perception of me, and it's because of the way I present, because I'm like real, I don't really give a fuck like what you think about what I had to say. People put this extreme thing on it, right? And so because I'm willing to talk about relationships or, you know, experiences with past partners or sexual experiences or whatever, then like even on this show they started the moniker like Hot Boy Herb. It's like, he just out here nailing everything. Like that nigga's wild. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all think I'm a nigga.
Yeah, we do.
And y'all don't have it, and it's not the. It's the total.
Right. Keep it a beat around.
And I just be sitting here like
earnest.
Right. And so like, but I also don't dispute though, because I'm only be telling my real experience. But if you extrapolate that out to be my whole everyday, all day life, then you're gonna think that it's this wild shit happening. It's like
just a freaky.
It's really
6'9" guy.
It's really not like,
freaky,
you know what I mean?
Nigga, you 6'9"
guy. Yeah, like you know. So, but you know, it's fun for the show, so I let it go. But people get to know me and like, oh, you chill as hell. Yeah, I'll be fucking chilling. I don't be on shit.
I'll be like, I wonder if any guy that I date or something like that watch this show, which I know some of them be watching.
Yeah, for sure.
Or whatever.
Sure, they keep tabs on you.
If they could only hear the off-camera shit.
Right.
Oh my God, the off-camera should be hilarious.
Insane.
Old Ernest.
Doing nothing.
Old bookshelf.
But anybody that watches this show, it's like they will think one thing, and I think for all of us, you're gonna think like one certain way about us, like y'all.
And we all
anybody probably think like, oh, she must be saying some wild shit or doing some shit, or she got all the niggas and this and that and the third, and it's like
we deprive people of their humanity, man.
But
we really do. We deprive people of their humanity, and I guess in a way, you know, the Black China mama shit, we did that to her. You know, we do it to everybody too. I guess so in a lot of ways. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't like that version of her humanity just being public access.
Showing your vagina.
She put her pussy on camera.
She did.
At 52 years old.
Does she deserve humanity?
To a much younger man that her daughter fucked.
10 years. He's 42 or some shit.
Whatever. But your daughter fucked him.
52. You know what I mean? Why put your pussy on camera at that point? Why put it on camera at any point? You know what I mean?
Should you even be talking about it at that point? In a public setting?
And I think it's the conversation, right? What's your private persona versus your public persona? And where does the line get drawn?
And what's private and what's public?
Right? And I guess at some levels people push back on me because they like fuck their respectability shit and we living free and all that shit. Freedom costs, B. It's a cost of freedom. You know what I mean? I think the little Scoon, I think the little Jeffs, I think FBG Duck. I think those are, we don't understand, we're paying the cost for the freedoms you enjoy, that you think you enjoy, right? The freedoms to be the ignorant motherfucker that you are, not knowing them people. But this is what the fruit of that tree looks like. This is what you produce, right? When you don't have any boundaries. And now, I know we keep saying we don't want to go with that black self-conscious man conversation. We'll wait. But it plays. It really fucking plays, right? And this leads into the lack of relationships with our women. Because y'all are boundless. Y'all are insatiable, right? y'all are. I saw a TikTok today, random as hell, because I checked out TikTok just to see if any clips went up. They didn't. But anyway, my point is saying, my point is this. In that vein, some girls on there, yeah, I just went to such and such resort. Mm-hmm. Right? Some hedonist-esque a resort.
Yeah.
Okay. Right?
I want to go to hedonism.
You don't want to go to hedonism.
I do want to go to hedonism.
You got to pick the right week. But anyway, the boundaries. The boundaries are everything.
Somebody out there right now like, 2 been to hedonism?
The boundaries is everything. Right? So she's talking about, I just went on this trip. Me and my man went to this trip. This is what happened. But not in detail. But this is what you would expect at this kind of a resort. Mm-hmm. And in the comments is OC wow comments.
I'm sure. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But all women. Mm-hmm. I thought that was very, very interesting. Thousands of comments, all women. Mm-hmm. I don't know all of the comments, but just say from a quick glance, 10% of them was like, I'm going back. I'm going dolo. I'm going solo. I'm going, I don't want to take nobody with me. I want to hoe.
I want to hoe out.
Right? Which is a conversation that we probably have more in private than we have in public.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right? But we say, I know I said it. I think you said it too. Right? Y'all are much more sexual than we are.
No doubt.
Yeah. And as we get older, the shit goes in different directions. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I get less and less interested. Yeah. While you get more and more interested.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you pull the man outside of that dynamic. Mm-hmm. Let's keep it a bean. Back to values in America. Right? A woman's values are based on her attractiveness. It's fucked up as it is, but it kind of is what it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as a woman gets older, she's not competing with the tight 21, 20, whatever the fuck age. Mm-hmm. So what do you got to do? How do you compete in the marketplace? You go on a motherfucking flash sale. You know what I'm saying?
Roll in. Keep the prices rolling, roll back.
You understand me? So the FBG, whomever the fuck, come over your house to see be with your little homie. You show up in the kitchen with your booty shorts on. Let him know this is free.
First time I wasn't a woman at all. First time I had sex was 13. The girl was 13 too. We in the same 7th grade class. Now, after I found out that she's with the shit, I immediately tell the niggas because I was a fucking childish idiot. So I started taking the niggas over there. I'm setting up all types of situations. You know what I'm saying? Now, imagine this. She's 13 years old. You come home as her mama, and this 6, 7, 13-year-old, 14-year-old boys in here. That would set most mothers off.
Set an alarm off. Like
she come in, hey boys, how y'all doing?
If them niggas wasn't with me, my mama and daddy would have beat the fuck out of them niggas.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey boys, how y'all doing? One time she come in, hey boys, how y'all doing? It's just 6 niggas and your 13-year-old daughter in the house. You come up, you go upstairs, you come back down a few minutes later, t-shirt and panties, walk to the kitchen like we not sitting in the living room and you just walk past. Yeah, and I said if I knew better, I would have been telling her mama I was tweaking.
And your experience ain't an anomaly. We hearing all the time, every week now, new teachers coming out for sleeping with some little boy. Mm-hmm. Again, back to women and it's a whole lot of conversations just happening at one time.
Yeah, it is. I swear to God. And I want to move on to a couple things, but go ahead.
I swear to God, it's a whole lot of conversations happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
The branding of manhood and the branding of masculinity has failed in comparison to the branding of womanhood and femininity. It has failed. Because the motherfuckers y'all get to walk around as versus the motherfuckers that I know y'all to be via my own experience, via the experiences of most of my partners, all you niggas is worlds apart. Y'all are only in order when somebody's making y'all be in order, in my experience.
And I think that's okay.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't.
Put me in order.
You could come. You come however you want to come in the bedroom and in privacy of your own home or whatever, and then you outside and you know whatever professional, respectful individual you need to present as, and that's cool with me.
I'm only saying y'all are only in order when somebody's making y'all be in order in context that there's a cost of freedoms, right? So the brand of woman is pristine. So y'all get away with a lot of bullshit because the brand is pristine, right? Just like I said, I accept people at face value, but I'd be a fool and a liar to say I already haven't been ingrained with the philosophy of y'all are pristine. right? I come out the womb, there's a branding happening saying, hey, women are this, treat women like this, move around women like this. By the time I start fucking, first time I talked to a girl for real that I know I'm finna nail. I got my homie who done nailed a few chicks teaching me how to talk to this girl. I didn't like his style. You understand? It didn't fit me. Right?
Excuse me, yeah.
Excuse me. But that wasn't it. But stylistically, he's more Herb than me. Meaning he's gonna be much nicer. I'm not that nice of a human being. You understand? It's just not. It's not me.
I know what you mean, because
you know what I'm saying. The language nigga, I don't talk like this. I'll never talk like this, right? It worked, but it just wasn't me. I was uncomfortable pretending to be him the whole time.
I know what you mean. It's like when somebody if somebody trying to force me to talk to a guy, like he looking at me, I'd be like,
right, let me do this.
That ain't my move.
I'm not gonna do it your same way. Like, relax.
Now I'm a rookie. I don't even have
I cook it up.
I'm a rookie. I don't even know I got a style yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to the nigga. All right, coach me. You know what I'm saying? But after I played the first game, I was like, I ain't doing that shit no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I showed up as this nigga. I was Fonz. You fuck Fonz. You fuck me. You know what I'm saying?
What's my name?
Fonz. Shout out to Fonz. I love my cousin. But you know, you mature, you find your voice, you find your rhythm. And again, we talk about this often, right? I'm nice, but I'm not friendly. So my rhythm ain't that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And as you comfortable in your rhythm, there's an aggressiveness to me too. You know what I mean? It works in those situations very well.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And just like my man who headbutted old girl, you know that there's no limitations here. All you gotta do is stay with confidence.
It's up now.
It's up.
I might agree with. I'm not gonna say I agree with it. But I just had a conversation recently, and the guy said something about it's slim pickings or something like that for women or whatever.
It is.
And I said, I don't think so. And you said, you don't agree? I said, no.
I don't either.
I said, you know why I say that? I said, because what I found is, I'm like, I always thought women were just like amazing and great, and everybody was like me, and everybody had these same values and aspirations and stuff like that. And I said, it turned out y'all got it just as bad as we do.
Yeah, it's a bunch of raggedy women.
I meet great men, so no, I don't think that. Now, has it clicked yet where somebody that I can be with for life and I have a partner yet? Not yet, but that don't mean that doesn't mean every man I meet is trash and that they weren't good men. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, no, some women suck too.
I feel like the narrative is shifting though. Like you talk about women having this pristine image. I think not that they don't have a positive image now, but I think it shifted from this pristine image of to now it's just that it's not even that they have to be pristine, they're just beyond reproach. So I don't have to be pristine. I can be on TV showing my pussy. Just leave me the fuck alone about it. I have the right to. It's switched from they have to present in a certain way and you cross your legs and you want the bam and you to just
but
whatever.
Now is the time
accept me as this.
Now is the time for men to brand themselves. Honestly, it's like a gap there. But what's happening, this is just what I see. What's happening is in this space where men can step up and be like, no, I'm a man and these are my boundaries and stuff like that. The men are looking to actually be treated like the women. You know what I mean? Kind of like fall into that bad bitch era
push back.
as a man.
I'm push back. Problem is that even the branding and the language that we use in our corporate terms, there are spiritual unions between us that cannot be denied. There's man law, and then there's nature law, right? So the reason I was Fonz for the first girl, because I had a philosophy that this is the pristine image of women, not knowing that my natural inclination also attracts women. You know what I mean? I was operating off the corporate construct instead of the natural construct, right? But to the point P made, is that when we relate for real though, y'all dictate the energy, right? So the off-putting shit is that men's goal in engaging y'all is in a lot of ways, for lack of a better word, is like finding the right lie to get the door open. It's like it's a sales pitch. You know what I mean? And in
instead of leaning into the
if you just authentically natural. You, it's probably not saying it's the wrong. You still authentically you. I'm lost for words, I guess, in a little ways, because it's a balance. It's a dance. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As y'all really get connected, that balance and that dance goes away, and you really not just a representative. You really authentically. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But off the intro, it's peacocking. You know what I mean? You got to show me all your feathers, nigga. Yeah. Right? You don't got to show me shit because of your brand, though. Mm. Right? So when you say rebrand, part of the problem that's happening in the branding of you recognizing that women ain't as pristine as they you once thought they were. The brand of man that deals with women like that is already diminished. Right? Mm. He's devaluing himself to operate in that space because he still wants to win. You're still the goal here. Mm. Right? Yeah. So some motherfuckers don't even, and again, it's psychological, right? Like I said, like the braids conversation almost, right? Like when you look at, in my opinion, the public persona of most black men in this all really the same conversation, but we can't talk about it. But
you can give us a minute and then we can wrap it up. We got to wrap up anyway.
Yeah. All right, but the public persona, in my opinion, of most black men is very soft. Very, very soft. In this particular cycle, right? I grew up in a cycle where black men had a little bit more leniency to be men, right? But the overarching conversation today is some very soft shit, where the women are coming out much more hardened and it's some wild shit if you're looking from the bleachers. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that we are rebranded. We just chose the wrong brand. Even like you do say it ain't it's slim pickings for y'all, then you're like, no, it's slim pickings for y'all. In his mind or in the minds, I got to be this gentler, softer. I don't want to say it, but I want to say it.
A Babbage.
That'll work. That's better than what I was going to say. You know what I mean? But that's now your brand. You still ain't a man brand. So we still ain't branded ourselves as men. We just branded ourselves as bad bitches. Yeah, and that's worse.
I think that people just need to just be.
It's still time
to find that balance.
Yeah, like just be you.
I think people just need to be just authentic. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could be both. Like
unless you consciously choose authentic though.
Yeah, you have to make a decision.
By the time you 6, authentic don't exist.
The brand, but no, this is all.
You gotta consciously choose that.
Yeah, this is after you know. After you consciously you make that choice. But like for me, it's the reason we go back to the conversation about what people think. I'm just authentic, but I'm a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you be like, oh, he's just that, then whatever that is, that's what you think. You know what I mean? And it's a lot more. And you can be both, G. Like I'm going to always like, I have a way with words. Me and the English language get along well. I can talk around most shit and whatever, right? I'm a fucking door holding nigga. I'm a motherfucking whatever. You know what I'm saying? Chair puller outer type shit. Whereas
I think you just said he has a way with words. You bit the shit out that word.
I'm a chair puller outer, sir. But like I'm saying that you can be all those things. You can still like not be no soft ass nigga. You can, but like people put perceptions on shit. And it's like.
It paints you in the boxes.
Yeah, it started to paint you in.
They don't want you multi-hyphenated, bro.
Nah, they don't want you to be a multi-hyphenated person. They do not. You are this or you are that. And that has never, ever, 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 ever worked for me. I'm a lot of fucking shit. And I'm going to be a lot of shit in whatever that circumstance or situation calls for. It's just what it is. Right. Unapologetically, I'm a lot of shit. We ain't talking about you.
What? I thought
perception, like the perception speaking, right?
Oh yeah.
Just in knowing you.
I can't wait.
Just in knowing you and getting to know you, right? Mm-hmm. I always like outside looking in, like before I knew you for real, it was just like, oh, she like the leader of the bad girls, like you know what I mean? She like the brand of this fucking circle over here. Oh wow. She is not the one I'm gonna try to fuck because that looks like work. That looks that looks like less work. Like, you know what I mean? So she always had a gang of girls around her. It's like,
I think a lot of people might think that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Like, why would I try that? Why would I shoot at that one? I can shoot at this one. This is gonna go in. Like, you know what I mean? And so I always thought you had like this level of intellect, but also this persona of leadership and like, you know.
And now what? I'm easy in the bum? No, I'm just.
Yes.
You just a Leo G-ball.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I want to hit her, but I have to get her away from her because then she gonna talk sense into her. Like, girl, no, you can't leave with him. Yes, the fuck she can. Shut up. Like, and getting to know you, you are those things, but you super,
right.
you
Hater.
You are those things.
Look, the peer gallery tried to that one. She's absolutely a hater.
She told me like last week, like, Herb, no, you cannot just. Why can't I? Fuck is you talking about?
But now you are those things.
You are those things, but I also know you to be very cool and very chill too. You know what I mean? So, you know, that was my
perception
intro, and then my perception on the intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't come with no preconceived notions because that's just not what I do. But to the enigma part though, I kind of like I use you as a mirror, right? Like I see shit in you that I probably wouldn't acknowledge in me.
Yeah.
But after having them like back and forth jousts and shit, I'd be like,
Got a lot of EMB.
I ain't gonna admit to it.
Got a lot of EMB. Ernest. Got a lot of Ernest. A lot of Eric over here, huh?
A lot of Eric in me. That's why I named my son that.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're an enigma, G, and I think it's a whole lot of sides of you that you keep separate, just like I do. You compartmentalize all kind of shit. So when you take a perspective of anything, nigga, you probably off base because it's all this shit in these compartments.
I'm a lot of shit.
You know what I'm saying?
What I've tried to do most recently in my life is to allow those worlds to intersect more seamlessly. If for nothing else but to try and impact the perception of you can't be this and that. Like, no, I can be this and that, and I can do it in multiple settings and situations. So I try to bring a little bit of my 71st Street to work. I try to bring a little bit of my work to 71st Street. I try to bring a little bit of my private love life to the public. I try to bring a little bit of, just different shit. You know what I mean? Because I think otherwise you do get boxes, and it does impact the community. You start to look at the shorty and you say, well, if he from 71st and Jeffrey, then he can't also be, he can't also, whatever the fuck. We can't work at the fucking Bears every fucking day.
Have a way with words.
Have a way with words. Like, you know what I'm saying? That kind of shit. Like, he can't do those types of things. I'm like, yes, the fuck he can. But just like I want the shorty to know that he can be from over East and do this type of shit, I want the people that's in these other spaces to know that the shorty from over East can do this type of shit. Like, so I don't want to hide that part of me from you either, because I want you to know, oh, next time you look at somebody that look like me, that got tattoos on their neck and wear Jordans and hoodies to corporate settings, you like, oh.
And talk you.
He could, right, and I can talk circles around your ass. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, oh, well, next time you see somebody that look like me, you won't immediately dismiss them as incapable or unqualified, because you know me.
And it's kind of fun.
And I might be the only motherfucker you know. I know it because I'm looking in this fucking room. I can see I'm the only motherfucker like me here. So it's imperative for me to give you just a little bit of that too. I want you to see just a little bit of that too. So the next time you see it, you recognize it as also being equally fucking capable. We gotta go. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in, man. We finna get into this Patreon episode immediately, where we're gonna peel the curtain back just a little bit. We're gonna talk about are men, in fact, better communicators than women? E4O. We're gonna talk about punishment and damn it.
Man, close the shit out.
I am closing the shit out. This is my fucking closing, bastard. Submission in relationships and the need to apologize even if you think you are right. Those are some things we're gonna get into on this Patreon episode. We're gonna dig into some of our personal experiences with said topics. But thank y'all so much for tuning into this one. As always, y'all's opinion was valued. Certainly appreciate it. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, like the video on your way out, and share it with at least one person that you think would find value in it. Major shout out to Pete and Ron. They are doing the work behind the camera For E, for 2, I'm Herb. Y'all be good to each other. Peace.